Here in this video, I'm going to walk you through your subcontracting budget in LMN. This is where you're going to put a budget together for how much you think you're going to spend on subcontractors, and it's probably the simplest budget we'll go through, so let's dive right in. Starting on my budget screen here, to get to my subcontracting budget, I'm just going to click on subcontracting. Here, all I'm going to do is try to forecast my subcontractor costs. I'll enter in maybe the type of subcontractor, what I spent last year, what I think I'm going to spend this year, and then save it. For those of you that don't use subcontractors, you don't even need to be watching this. You can just move right on and leave this budget at zero. For those of you that do budget for subcontractors, obviously you're going to want this total forecast to be approximately what you're going to spend on subcontractors the following year. This will be what you spent on subs last year. This will be what you expect to spend on subs in the coming year. And it's really that simple. Don't necessarily need to break it down by every single subcontractor you use. By type is fine. All that you really want to get to is a fairly accurate total as best you can forecast it. Now, really easy tips and tricks to keep you on track here. Number one, make sure you forecast change. So if you're growing or shrinking in your sales forecast, you may want to grow or shrink in your subcontracting. It depends on how you're going to grow, whether you're going to grow with your own staff or grow your subcontractor network. The other thing is, don't include temp labor in your subcontracting budget. Temporary labor, help that you hire for just off days when you need, more capacity for labor, that's more like an actual employee. The rates are very close to what you'd pay an actual employee, and the charge out rates that you charge to your customers are very close. Subcontractors are more for things where you have a small markup, 10, 15, 20%. If you're using temporary labor from an agency, that's much more like a temporary employee. And what you really is put a line item in your field labor budget. Call it temp labor, put the rates that you pay in there and the hours that you expect to do, and that belongs in your field labor budget, not in subcontracting. Any other subcontracting questions, check our FAQ section or hit us up at advice@golmn.com and we're happy to help.